Hello, everyone. Happy 2026, my first check-in of the year. Goodness gracious. So I am recovering from my 6 days in a row at Black Hat. We were pretty slammed until like Monday. So, well, actually, Sunday it wasn't as quite as busy, but I actually got a lot of other chore stuff done. So, it felt busy to me. Um, but yeah, so I'm excited for what is to come from the Imaginings universe this year. As I've mentioned before, paid tiers are now live as of New Year's Day. That means that I'm going to start bringing out subscriber content. Um, as always, everything that I've been doing up to this point will remain. I'm still going to be making stuff for followers and free subscribers. Um, but now we're going to add some additional stuff for the paid subscribers. Um, I'm also going to start doing teasers. I'm going to experiment and see if adding those into the video is going to work today, or if I need to start doing a separate post. Um, so I'm gonna experiment with doing one of each. Um, uh, by all means, please like engage with what you see. But yeah, definitely want to see which one works better. Um, we're gonna still have obviously the podcast stuff. Um, like ramblings will be back. I already have my I already like have my topic. It's actually been sitting there waiting to be done. Um, but with work, like I just was exhausted. There was no way that I was going to be able to focus and talk to a microphone about what I was going to talk about and not zone out. So I didn't want to have to sift through 2 hours of audio to get maybe 45 minutes. Um, 30 maybe even, because I'm just losing it. We'll see what happens tomorrow when it goes up. Um, but Hearth of a Writer will be returning in its new form here on Substack. Now, my rule of thumb has always been chapter one of whatever story I'm reading is free. So I will be offering the first chapter of Eclipse the Beginning for everybody to listen to, just so you have a taste of what's to come. Now, I have been going through Eclipse. One of the reasons why I haven't really done much with this one is because it went through editing with an independent editor. And after working with her, it became painfully obvious that she is a science fiction minded person because her own works were science fiction. Eclipse is high fantasy, and as much as I'm like, oh yeah, both are valid, they have very differing perspectives. And she kind of axed some things that I put in there that I was like, wait a minute, no, that's a part of the fantasy genre. And her notes on it, I looked over them and I was like, am I gonna have to go through this entire thing and change things back? Like, and then unfortunately, that editor actually had a stroke and was unable to continue with me. Like, and we tried for months to see if she was gonna make a comeback, and she just never did, unfortunately. Um, but that was my sign that that was not how Eclipse was supposed to come to the world. Um, and it's too big for me to publish it through Palmetto right now because the word count is, I mean, it's high fantasy. Um, I do not have the money to pay just for that alone, on top of all the other services that I like getting from them. So that is why it has not gone through Palmetto yet. Um, but yeah, I'm going through it, and I remember what I wanted to happen. So I already have seen some things that are going to be varying from the Inkit version. However, unlike the Spotify incarnation of Hearth of a Writer, I will be posting the chapters here on Substack because it just feels appropriate. So, similarly to how I publish my fictional stuff, the Hearth of a Writer is going to kind of feel like a serial of you getting the book. Now, in this case, it's not a published work. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to revisit Artemis and Spring, um, and also do this a similar thing. But since Eclipse is the one that I'm running with right now, I thought it would be kind of appropriate to revisit um, the stories in order of how they were born in the Imaginings universe. Eclipse is the primordial realm. It was the very first one to come to life, so it has very special meaning to the demiurge. Um, I also am kind of like, it's the one that I'm. It's not that I don't have confidence in it as much as it's more like, is this too close to me that only I enjoy it? So I would love to know what everyone thinks, especially if you become a paid subscriber and hear the rest of the story. Um, Now, mind you, Eclipse is going to be one of 4 books. The second one, oh my god, I nearly cried. I found my second draft of Eclipse the Gathering on a whim, when I was actually trying to find reference material to correct something that had been changed in the draft for Eclipse the Beginning, which means that it's farther along than what my draft on Inkit has. So I'm immediately going, oh, thank goodness. um, I'm gonna try, and that means that I have a springboard to start again. Um, and I'm looking forward to try and bringing the Gathering back on board to see if that ever comes about. I guess it depends on how well Beginning is accepted, because obviously my priority is Nature Calls Spring. I want, well, rather Nature Calls Summer, which I do want to try and crowdfund again, but I want to see if I can get more people to help me. I have not been successful in building a street team. To be fair, I've been also trying to build it off of people locally, and I, they say that it's like your immediate friends are not going to be your best supporters, which feels very backward to me. But um, I guess because all the friends in my life, we all have a lot going on and we don't cross paths a lot. Um, I have gotten more support from people that I know online, which I feel like because of the modern age, we just tend to be online more. Um, does that bum me out a little bit? Yeah. But I'm going to try and rebuild a street team to see if we can get summer funded again. Now, bare minimum, I do need the 5 grand, but if I get more than 5 grand, that means that I can do some more stuff with it. Um, One of the things that I've been considering doing is making some kind of a dedicated space to each of my worlds. Now, I do have my Facebook groups, but I'm sure everybody knows Facebook is dying. So there is this idea that I had that kind of like having a designated kind of page or something like that for each of my stories, which I have noticed that some people have dedicated publications individually on their Substacks here. But I'm pretty sure that's something that has to be paid for to have multiples. So that is something that I've been considering. That since Nature Calls is my first series that I really want like published as a whole, that would be kind of cool if we could have like a dedicated Nature Calls saga page. We'll see how that works out. Um, but like I said, I've got lots of goals to come. Keep your eyes open for my teasers, especially on the bottom of this one. See if this one works better or if I should do teaser independently. I'll see how the growth goes for either of those today. But yeah, I look forward to this next chapter on the Imagining Universes page. Thanks for taking it with me. As always, my blessing to you guys is be patient with yourself and others as we transverse the path of life together. We just take different vehicles. Remember to go at your pace. And happy reading and listening, and I will see you next time, adventurers.